It's quite common to see disused platforms on the rail network, but quite rare to see them within a working station, and even rarer to see disused island platforms. Two stations at Kings Norton and Northfield both have them, and they're pretty overgrown. So why are these disused platforms still here, and why aren't they used? Well, it's partly because of Birmingham's cross-city line, but more about that later. Strangely, at both Kings Norton and Northfield, the disused platforms are still numbered. It means that if you travel to Birmingham, you'll leave from platform 1, and when you return, you'll arrive on platform 4. If you look at these photographs of Kings Norton Station from the 1800s, you'll see that it originally had just 2 platforms on what was at the time the Birmingham to Gloucester Railway. Trains reach New Street Station via the Camp Hill line. Kings Norton was still a village in the countryside at that point, as you can see from this lovely picture. The island platform came in 1892 when it's thought a 3rd platform was added, then a 4th in 1926 when traffic was increasing on both the Camp Hill and the Western Suburban lines and more capacity was needed at the station. However, some historical records suggest that it never had just 3 platforms. Camp Hill services mainly used the right-hand set of platforms, as you can see on this picture, while the Western Suburban trains used the left-hand platforms. Although the buildings on the island platforms are long gone, you can still see where passengers used to access them via the footbridge. It's now sealed up, but these disused platforms could see trains again. More on that later, but first let's track back to Northfield Station, which opened in 1870 with just 2 lines going through the station. It also had sidings for goods traffic. According to this old map, at this point it had platforms either side of the tracks. But in 1892 the line was quadrupled to Longbridge, and that's when the island platform was built. Later, in 1926, the 4 tracks were extended to Barnt Green. That's the reason that the Cofton Tunnel disappeared. See a previous video on that by clicking on the link above. Since making that video, more pictures have emerged of the Cofton Tunnel, courtesy of the Midland Railway Study Centre. They show both the tunnel itself and its demolition to make way for extra lines through to Barnt Green. And at Northfield Station, like at Kings Norton, there was a booking office on the island platform. Here at Northfield, the island platforms became disused on May the 8th, 1978, when the cross-city line came into being. It linked up 2 different services running north and south out of New Street Station. Until that happened, the outer lines at Northfield were mainly used for freight trains and the island platforms for passenger services. But when the cross-city came along, new platforms were constructed on the outer lines, leaving the island platform redundant. Access to the island platform here at Northfield was provided via a subway to this point, which, as you can see, is completely sealed off now. At platform level, you can still see the steps that led up from that entrance. Go to the north end of the platform via Station Road. Walk past this petrol station, and under a railway bridge you'll find another entrance to the station. It's sealed up too, although there is a doorway. Peep into the crack between the door and the wall and you get a glimpse of what could be a tiled ticket hall. And this photo of that same bridge appears to show some kind of temporary building at the top of the stairs, perhaps a shelter or waiting room. Today on the island platform they've installed some sculptures made out of old railway sleepers, although I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be. Anyway, let's head back to Kings Norton and talk about reusing the island platform there. They're currently building 3 new stations on Birmingham's Camp Hill line, and the trains that will stop at them will terminate at Kings Norton. This is one of the first test trains. Ultimately, the plan is for them to use the island platform. The exact plan has yet to be signed off, but it's expected that there'll be a new Platform 3 and a passing loop created by reducing the width of the island platform. That would allow the terminating trains to stop and turn back without affecting other services. These rough artist's impressions show what the upgraded station could look like. They'll also have to build a new footbridge. But that upgrade here at Kings Norton isn't likely to happen for a while. It's part of the £1.7 billion Midlands Rail Hub scheme, which is designed to bring in more trains and improve connectivity between the East and West Midlands. With the Camp Hill line stations due to open in 2026, terminating trains will use platform 4 at Kings Norton until the upgrade, and that means that there'll be no return to the 6 trains per hour that Cross City Line South stations had prior to the COVID pandemic. That is, apart from here at Kings Norton, which will have 6 trains an hour going into Birmingham, 2 of them via the Camp Hill line and Kings Heath, and the other 2 via the Western Suburban line and University. As far as Northfield's concerned, there are no upgrade plans, so it'll continue to have a decaying island platform for the foreseeable future. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this look at the island platforms on the Cross City Line. If you have, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tell all your friends about the channel.